Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys yet another update on the Asus Transformer Pad Infinity. Now, this is of course the latest and greatest in the Android tablet market, or I should even say the tablet market in general, because the Transformer obviously is unique in its functionality, being able to replace a netbook, tablet. So really a very versatile product, unmatched in the marketplace. But the most impressive feature of this new version of the Transformer is of course that full HD resolution screen you're looking at right now, 1980 by 1200 resolution, the equivalency of what you'd find in a 24-inch monitor really. And of course IPS Plus, so really bright, great for outdoor viewing, but I'm going to just show off the screen quality. Hopefully it comes across through this video. You'll be watching, if it looks familiar, the static image is one of my video tests from my NEX7. Never uploaded this, so it's new material, not been, put on the digest before. And it is a raw AVC HD file playing directly from the Class 10 32 gig card that I have right now, slapped into the keyboard dock, which is out of frame that you guys can't see. By the way, this is vPlayer, for those of you wondering what can actually play back AVC HD video. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. I think that should give you guys a pretty good idea of the color saturation and just the overall resolution coming through. Of course, I'm hitting low battery right now, not important. But what I want to focus on, if you saw a little bit of jerkiness there, I may not be in the, I may be on an econ mode there for the battery life. Obviously, if you don't have hardware encoding enabled within vPlayer, as well as have the tablet running at its overclock mode, the highest, the turbo setting, you're not going to get that playback. I believed I had it on, but I did see a little bit of choppiness there. Let's try another clip. And I do highly recommend vPlayer. It's on sale right now, 50% off. Only video player of its kind.
It's been syncing now for a couple years, so just wanted to get a little video footage of it. It's been here a long time, but apparently it's not being salvaged. And it's from before the turn of the century, late 1800s. Ferry boat designed to bring people from Hoboken.
Alright, so another good example. I think you guys can see the video quality is just outstanding on this screen. So if you're asking yourself, is this the best screen in the business? The answer is yes. The iPad has more resolution on its Retina display. Unfortunately, the iPad has no way of really leveraging it. Here's a perfect example of being able to actually fully utilize the full HD resolution of this display. Another great way is on YouTube. When you're browsing YouTube in desktop mode, not through the YouTube application, you have the ability to actually watch 1080p videos the way they're meant to look. Granted, YouTube is not going to yield this sort of quality. This is stunning compared to what you'll see on YouTube. YouTube is a close, maybe second or third. So keep in mind, no compression here whatsoever. This is a raw AVC HD file. And that's why if you saw the statistics there for the file size, pretty beefy considering these are minute-long clips, 2-minute-long clips. So just remember those were shot direct from the NEX7, no compression. But beyond the actual screen quality, of course I want to talk to you guys about performance, because what would I be doing if I didn't give you an update on that as well. So the latest patch for this 0.26 firmware rollout did hit my Transformer a couple days ago, and performance has just gotten better. For those of you concerned about a lag issue, or you've been reading reviews where performance has dropped off, people are saying, I'm getting forced closes when I'm updating all of my apps, things are getting bogged down. Apparently Asus read that and responded, because all of those bugs and issues are gone. I mean, I didn't really have a tremendous amount of them, but they are resolved now. So I wanted to point that out since I am giving you the latest possible update on this. As far as build quality, I did mention in my last update that my 64 and 32 gig did have some varying problems. I've noticed both have pretty much identical backlight bleed. It's very subtle along the bottom left side, really not something that I think most users will care about, not something you're going to really see unless you're, on the boot up screen. But still, there are a lot of you out there who are going to say, I'm paying $500 for a tablet, there should not be any backlight bleed. That's not to say that the iPad or other competing products at this price point are completely impervious to such defects. All LCD screens have that issue, or I shouldn't say all, but certainly most high-end manufacturers have high enough QC to prevent those from making it to market. Other noteworthy build issues beyond the backlight was just the actual Gorilla Glass itself along the frame. I noticed in the 64 and in the 32 gig, they both respectively have different areas where there's a bit of flex. Something I didn't get with the Prime, but then again, many Prime units obviously were riddled with things like radio problems, GPS issues. So overall, certainly a step in the right direction for Asus in terms of QC, but you can still see the growing pains are there, even though they're becoming a much larger manufacturer, much more respected as well by people who didn't even know who they were a year or two ago. Another thing I want to point out, which is a good thing in regard to QC, is the dead pixel ratio. Pretty much gone. Now, I know in my original review I didn't really mention it, but clearly a lot of people out there were just searching for a Prime that didn't have a dead pixel, because that was all they weren't really worried about backlight bleed or the bezel having flex. They were worried about simple things like dead pixels and radio functionality, which is really base functionality for any tablet, especially one that boasts a great screen. So the good news here is that Asus has squashed that altogether. So even though you will have some backlight bleed most likely, because I can't tell you guys that a perfect unit exists, the bottom line is that the dead pixels are gone with the wind. So no more dead pixels. I think that'll make a lot of you happy. That to me is part of, the fact that this is such a premium tablet. Overall performance again has been really good. GPS is locking indoors. I have nothing negative to say so far other than what I just disclosed to you guys about the build quality being slightly inconsistent. The only concern with that screen flex, which I'm going to try to demonstrate for you guys right now if I can, but I may not even be able to, is that the screen flex, I'm not really getting it to be able to show you guys. The screen flex basically just worries me in that it may lead to dust getting under the glass. That's my concern. Otherwise, the tablet is solid as a rock. I'm still using it with the Prime dock. Battery life has been good. No problems with USB ports or, as you just saw, the full-size SD card slot. But that flex in the screen, the fact that it doesn't really feel like it's completely flush, does make me wonder, will dust end up getting under this bad boy? But hopefully that won't be an issue. Of course, I'm going to continue to update you guys, but that's pretty much all that I have to add in terms of the 0.26 update. Also, of course, they did address I/O issues, large files on SD cards not working out well. Some people having compatibility issues with 64 gig micro SD cards. That's all been resolved. So again, just Asus really showing that they're going out of their way to make their best in breed product also function the way it should. And at its price point, there's no question they've really pretty much covered all of the appropriate bases. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.